Hello, teacher.
Hello, guys. Good evening. Hello, hello.
Teacher, good evening.
How are you guys today? Good evening, everyone.
Hello, teacher. Good evening.
Hello. Hello, guys. Okay, I hope that you are doing good today, that you are ready. Today we will present the first part of our final project. So, first, before we do that, we are going to answer the survey, the satisfaction survey. For this cycle. Okay, so I'm sending you guys the link, and after we answer the survey, I'm going to show you just a short video, just an overview of basics in oral presentations, like slides and yeah, oral presentations in general. So we're going to watch the video, and after we watch it, then we're going to start with the presentations, all right? So I'm just giving you some time to answer the survey, the satisfaction survey. So just give me a moment to send you the link. All right, let's go to the link. You have it on the chat. So please open it and answer the survey. Once you have answered it, let me know. All right, you can let me know through the chat. All right, guys, remember to let me know through the chat once you have answered the survey, right? All right, guys, very good. We had 5 minutes to complete the survey. Now I will start checking the attendance for today's lesson. I will turn off my camera while we check attendance, okay? Let's see. Gerson Arismendi, Jean-Claude Barrera, Jean-Claude, your microphone.
Teacher?
Yes,
Teacher?
okay. Okay, now I hear you.
Okay, teacher, we have problems with my microphone.
Yes, okay. I think it's working today. So hopefully it will work during your presentation. Yesid Calderon.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Natalia Camargo.
Present, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Ryan Cordero.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Andres Correa.
Hi, teacher, present.
All right, hello. Silvia Cuellar.
Hi, teacher, present.
Hello, thank you. Elkin Fernandez.
Present, teacher.
Right, thank you. Julian Figueroa.
Hello, teacher, present.
Hello. Right. Jeanette Fontecha.
Present.
Okay, good. Carlos Galan.
Present, teacher.
All right, thank you. Mabel Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
Okay, good. José Alejandro Gómez. Judy Lizeth Liscano. Okay, she's here. She's connecting. Alicet Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
Okay, very good. Lizeth Liscano, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
All right, thank you. Okay, guys, good. So let's start our class for today. I mentioned already that we're going to watch a short video first, just with some tips and important information before presenting or before giving our presentations, our oral presentations today. All right, so I'm going to show you the video. We are going to watch it all together, and after that, we are going to start with our presentations. Okay, so let me pause the recording while we watch the video to avoid any problems with YouTube later on when we upload the class. Okay, so I will pause the recording. All right, guys, very good. So as you can see in the video, she gave us some very useful tips on giving our oral presentation. So first, use appropriate tone of voice and also engage with your topic, not only reading or speaking too fast or too slow. So that's what we expect from you today during the presentation, right? So that it's interesting, that get your classmates' attention, and that they can participate later, giving their opinion or any questions that they may have, okay? So you need to be ready to answer some questions and about your presentations, okay? So do we have any questions before we start? No questions? I think you are ready. So let me.
Teacher,
Yes,
excuse me, can you send us the link with
for the
the
video? Sure.
yes?
The video or the survey?
No, the only the video, the survey.
Okay.
I get it.
All right.
Thank you,
Good.
teacher.
No problem. Okay, guys. So how are we going to do the presentations? Here I have the names of the students that were assigned for today's class, okay? So we're going to spin the roulette, and the person who gets their turn will, of course, start, and then we go on and on with the next students, okay? So be prepared to share your screens, to turn on your cameras, and then we'll start with your presentations. Right, the first one will be Andres Camilo. Okay, Andres, you can now
Okay, teacher, let
project
me,
your screen, yes.
yeah. Teacher, please let me know if you are seeing my screen.
Yes, we can see it. Mhm.
All right, so let's get started with my presentation about the exploring drug legalization.
Sorry, Andres, can you turn on your camera, please?
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, yes, I can see you. Perfect.
Okay, teacher. Okay, so let's get started to talk about my topic, that is exploring drug legalization. It's a balanced perspective. I want to discuss this complicated topic of drug legalization. While this is a controversial issue, I believe that it's crucial to explore the various perspectives surrounding it. In this presentation, I will examine some personal consideration and the advantages and concerns of drug legalization to help us to find a balanced approach. Okay. Okay. So what about this question? Why discuss drug legalization? Drug legalization is a personal interest of mine, and I believe that it's a critical issue that deserves attention and analysis. By exploring different viewpoints, we can better understand the issue and promote informed decision making. Discussion about the topic of drug legalization can be controversial, interesting, and polarizing. In this section, we will talk about why drug legalization is worth examining and how it challenges societal norms and the different perspectives surrounding in this issue. Now we can see a brief history of the controversy. The controversies surrounding drug legalization have been ongoing for quite some time. It gained significant attention during the past few decades, and various states and countries start considering or implementing change in their drug policies. The debate continues to involve new research, social attitudes, and political developments shape public opinion and legislative action. We can see a drug about the important date about the drug legalization. Now, I want to talk about the pros of legalization drugs. The first time, we can see the economic benefits because legalization could bring in significant tax revenue, and states that have already legalized marijuana have demonstrated. And also criminal justice reform. Many people are in prison because of drug-related crimes, which affect marginalized communities more. Legalization drug could reduce the burden on the justice system and focus on more important matters. And then regulation and safety. Making drug legalization could ensure quality control measures so people can access safer substance with fewer harmful additives. And then you can say the cons of legalization drugs. Drug legalization involves various health, social, and economic concerns, such as substance abuse, addiction, public health challenge, impact on productivity, relationship, accident, and potential progression to more dangerous drugs. Firstly, about the cons of the legalization drugs, we have problem with public health. The legalization of drugs could contribute to shortcomings in public health policies. And second one, impact on society. Legalization drugs could increase utilization, lead an increase in dependency and broader social implication. And finally, the gateway effect. And about that, the legalization of one drug could lead to use more harmful and several drugs. And finally, I try to find a balanced approach. For example, balanced approach to drug legalization requires balancing individual freedom with societal well-being and strategies for finding a well-considered policy include strict regulation, public health initiative, and informed discussion that consider diverse viewpoints and expertise. And in this slide, you can see a balanced approach about the pros and cons in this interesting topic. Then I have some opinions about this topic. It's important to find a middle ground between individual freedom and the well-being of society. While the economic benefit regulation and criminal justice reform and drug legalization are attractive, we must address the concerns. Implementing extreme regulation, investing in public health and education, and having open discussion are important to reduce the risks and make well thought out policy change. And finally, the conclusion on this topic is the topic of drug legalization had sparked many thoughts and consideration for me. When, as I saw in the first time of this presentation, I see the potential economic benefit, the change for regulation and safety, and the opportunity for criminal justice reform, and also recognize the health risks, social implication, and the possibility of the gateway effects. It's essential for a balanced approach that protects both individual and society is really crucial. By conducting throughout research, having informed discussion and using evidence-based in policies, we can navigate these complex issues and make decisions that serve the best interest of our communities. Thank you.
All right, excellent, Andres. Thank you very much for your presentation. All right, it is quite interesting. So now I want to see if we have any volunteers to ask any questions or to give us your opinion on this topic. So whether you agree with legalization in Colombia or you disagree, I would like to hear some of your thoughts, okay? It can be voluntary, or if not, then I will call some of you at random to give me your opinion.
Here, a little opinion about
Okay,
this
that's it.
of Andres. I agree with Andres. Andres, I think it is necessary the legalization in Colombia the marijuana or the use of cannabis. It's necessary.
Okay, why is that? Can you explain shortly? Why do you believe that?
Because the benefits, the economic benefits are many in relation with the taxes. The
Okay.
taxes increasing when you, if Colombia legalize the drugs. The
Mhm.
drugs no, legalizing the marijuana or cannabis.
Okay.
The cocaine
No.
is a decision.
Yeah. It's a bit more complicated. So you think about mainly economic aspects could be more beneficial for the country if it's legalized, right? Thank you, Jessit. What about any other student that would be volunteer?
Teacher,
Okay, Sylvia, thank you.
I agree because if this product is legalized, it is more likely that prices will drop and the job of selling this product will no longer be as like feasible, actively.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, feasible.
So yes, so I think that's because I agree with the
Okay,
legalization.
okay, excellent, very good. Let's hear one more. Let's see, for example, Carlos. What are your, oh, sorry, I saw Natalia. So, Carlos, not yet, Natalia.
Okay, teacher. Well, I partly agree with Yassid's
Mhm.
presentation. I
This
think
is Andres. Andres
oh,
presentation.
okay, okay, sorry.
Mhm.
And then, I think that cannabis should be legal for this mafia to end, but
Mhm.
it should be controlled and its consumption should be not allowed in
Okay,
public place.
okay.
Should be in a specific place for smokers, I think.
All right. So you agree that it may be legalized, but not consumed
Mm,
in
in public
public
place. Or,
places. All right.
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. All right, guys. Thank you. That is 10 minutes for Andres. Thank you very much. Overall, it was a good presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
All right. Now let's spin the roulette again. Oh, allow me just a minute, guys, please. Right, just allow me a second, guys. I will show you my screen again so we can see who is next in the presentation. Okay. Okay, we have Jeanette.
Okay, teacher.
All right, you can project your screen.
Can you see my screen, teacher?
Yes, we can see it. You can turn on your camera and you can start.
Okay, can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm so sorry I am a little sick today, but I will do my best. Today I am going to talk about child upbringing. This topic is a topic that has created controversy over the years. But why is this topic controversial? Well, first of all, it is frowned upon for parents to treat their children harshly. The second is completely the opposite, and that is that if parents treat their children in a way that is too condescending, it is also frowned upon. The third, it is that parents ignore their children. This happens very often nowadays due to technology, full-time jobs, among other things. People also judge this because it harms the mental health of the children. Why has this controversy increased lately? Many of these controversies arise due to the cultural of traditional issues. So it is important to make a comparison of child upbringing from a few years ago to today. Before, parents had complete freedom over the upbringing of their children. This could be quite bad for the children because there were more cases of child labor exploitation, domestic violence, among other things. And today, due to the updates such as structural change in families, scientific research, and access to new information, society has become more protective of children and now really on many different laws to judge how their parents raise their children. It is important to talk about the things that affect parenting, and there are pure communication between parents and children. Parents with low self-esteem often attack their children by provoking them or sharing their insecurities. There are also parents who do not dedicate enough time to them. Those who give them absolutely everything they want to do, and also those who do not care about the ethical and spiritual orientation of their children. This influences the decision they will make over the time. And it is also common saying that parents laugh when they hear their children saying bad words. This is wrong because they will continue doing it and ultimately not reinforce their positive behavior, such as praising them for doing the right thing. Here we can watch a video about the types of parents, but I will send you the link of the video to the chat in case you want to see it because at the moment we don't have enough time. In conclusion, we have things for and against the control that society maintains over parents. For against, we have some confusion can be generated because today's society judges parents who do not have a stability between not treating their children badly, not ignoring them, and not treating them in a very condescending way. And four, we have the current care that is given to children takes care of them physically and mentally. Things like emotional validation, personal care, respect, etc. are promoted, and parents take more care when they are training and educating them. What is my opinion about it? I think it is good that society is concerned about the physical and mental health of children, and it is more aware of the care given to them. I'm also in favor of children being allowed to do childish things and not overprotecting them too much because you learn to grow the experience. On the other hand, I think it is important to be scolded when they do bad things or disrespect another person. Finally, I believe that the well-being of children does not depend on the luxuries that they are given to them. It is no important buying them a good cell phone if if they don't have someone who to talk in home. However, I understand that many times parents make innocent mistakes pretending to take care of their children. What seems unforgettable to me is that having already noticed that they are harming them with their actions, they continue doing those acts. Thank you so much.
All right, Jeanette, very good. Excellent. How long is the video that you have? Is it?
It's around 5-7 minutes.
Okay, so
Yes.
it's quite long, yes.
Yes.
No worries. I thought it was a little bit shorter, but yes, you can share the link with the class in case they want to watch it. All right, excellent. Very good. Now I want to see if anyone has opinions or questions voluntarily about this topic of parenthood and how to raise children. What's your thoughts on that, guys? Or any question if you have it. Remember, the students who have not participated yet, you need to start participating in the other presentations, okay?
Okay, teacher, I just have a comment about the presentation of Jeanette. I think for me is a crucial topic for shaping a person's future because this provide love, support, and helps to children to develop a good things in their life. So I think it's a crucial topic to shaping a person's future.
Yes, it is. Your how you are raised or how your parents behave with you is shaping your future, or how is going to your personality going to develop, or whether you handle stress good or bad. This all depends on your um, on how were you raised in the house. So it's quite an important topic. Thank you, Andres. Now, Lisette, I think you also have an opinion. Very good. Go ahead.
Yes, teacher, I have an opinion about it, and it is that what I have seen is that there is no perfect way to raise children because no matter what parents do, they will always be criticized. And I think I'm not a mother, but I think this is one of the most difficult tasks in life. And it is important because you need to share quality time with your children and try to give them the tools to face the world. And I have seen that there are many parents who read books about parenting to prepare, but no matter how many books they read, this task will always be challenging.
It is. You will always make mistakes, either small or big mistakes, but you are not perfect, of course. So you will always have some things to work on and improve. Thank you, Lisette. Very good. All right, I see Julian also. Thank you very much.
Yes, sure. Well, I want to agree something, and that have found studies that says that we are a combination the five closest people to you. So if you have a good upbringing with your parents, your brothers and grandmothers, and a good family in generally, and it's probably that you have a good person. You will a good person in the future because you are around for good people, and I think that it is so.
Okay, excellent. Perfect. We have the 10 minutes. Thank you, Julian, for your opinion, and also to Lisette, to Andres, and of course to Jeanette. Yes, Mavely, quickly. Tell me.
Okay, teacher. In my view, the upbringing of a child is a complex situation of various factors that significantly shape their development. The upbringing of of a child is a collaborative effort involving not only family but also nurture, schools, etc.
Yes, definitely. It's not only the parents, of course, they are the essential part, but also close family like grandparents, uncles, aunts, and also at school or even friends can be involved or shape the raising of a child. All right, excellent guys, very good. You can stop projecting your screen. Thank you, Jeanette. Give me just 1 minute, guys, and then we will continue, right? I will tell you who is next so you can be like prepared, but just give me a moment and then I will tell you when to project your screen, okay? Okay, Silvia, you will be next, okay? Just give me a moment. All right, sorry, Sylvia. Now you can please turn on your camera and we will start your presentation, okay? Your microphone is off.
Okay,
Okay, good.
teacher. Yes, wait a minute. Okay, can you see the screenshot?
Yes.
Can you see the
The
screen?
screen? Yes, it's good.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So, hi teacher, hi classmates. I hope you are doing good. I want to start with a question. Do you think there are disadvantages of being a woman in the workplace? Yes or no? Today I'm going to talk about it from a woman perspective. As a woman, I have experienced the social barrier between men and women, even more in some places that we don't see at first glance. But one of the places where we can feel this difference and disadvantage most clearly is in the workplace, because it is a space where women have to demonstrate their skills and knowledge in front of people, institutions, or organizations. I want to highlight this amazing quote. When a woman and girls are equal, everyone is greater, by Melinda Gates. Why I choose this topic? I choose this topic because it's controversial. Talking about gender roles, equality, inequality, and aspects related to women have always been controversial and uncomfortable. Also, I want to discuss about it because it is something that we need to pay attention. It is not, it is something that affects not only women, but also men. So how it happens? Before, women have always experienced discrimination, indirectly or directly. Before, we couldn't even vote or speak, study or work. And now the world have changed, but this issue persists. But all the social issues talking about gender roles are not universal. Women, especially Black women, LGBTQ plus women, and women of color, continue to face barriers to move into leadership positions and are likely to face microaggressions related to race, ethnicity, gender, and sexual identity. Also, women are likely to face this discrimination in masculine careers like economics, law, medicine, or investigation. But Natalia, could you be more specific about these barriers? Yes, I can. We have some barriers that women have to face it in the workplace. First, we have gender biases and stereotypes. Mothers and women of childbearing age are more likely to experience this than a single woman. Also, we have limited representation in leadership roles. That women and LGBTQ plus women are more likely to face this, but women are underrepresented in corporations and the share of women decrease, which is a step up the corporate hierarchy. Also, we have pay inequality. In some Latin countries, women earn from 49 to 68 cents for every dollar a man makes. And finally, we have gender-based discrimination and harassment. A study done in 2014 by the Ministry of Labor here in Colombia indicated that 13% of the people surveyed had suffered sexual harassment in their workplace, obviously, of which 63% were women. But do we have advantage or no? I will not say advantage because it's something more related with biological processes. For example, maternity leave or daycare at work, because it is not a secret that most of women are in charge of their children. and it is something related with a certain period of time that a woman are going to face it. I wouldn't say that is a privilege or advantage. It is something that is natural and essential. If you ever wondered if this social issue persists or not, I would say that it is a real situation that a lot of organizations have studied, and now it is considered essential for the development of the country. For example, the United Nations in its Sustainable Development Goals has gender equality in there. So it is something really important. And there are many investigations and divisions of large human or social organizations that are based on a gender perspective. For example, Gender Equality Observatory for Latin America and the Caribbean. It is something that these organizations consider that are essential for the development of the country, for the development of the humans. But my conclusion, it is simple. This is something really important. And of course, I disagree with the discrimination. And because at the end of the day, we are just human. It is not a difference between women and men. There is only biological factor that is the difference. And I think that women can do anything that men and vice versa. But if we want to achieve that if we want to change the society, we need to start from home and from schools and social institutions. It is not that easy to achieve. Yes, that's
All right, very good. Thank you, Silvia. Okay, excellent presentation. We have one either opinion or question. So, Brian, you can go ahead.
Teacher, I have an opinion.
Okay.
Well, I disagree with the opinion of my partner
Okay.
because I think the salary difference depends on the economic field where you work. For example, an actress can earn much more than an actor, or a female influencer could get so much so much of the final of the month that a male influencer, because he doesn't have the 5-6 appearance, the well also men must do force to do the strong labor, such as construction and even the war. In this way, I think this gap doesn't exist, and there are scenarios where women earns much more than men.
All right. So we have a controversial opinion. Thank you, Brian, for sharing it. Let's see what is the opinion of other students. I saw Jeanette, and then we will have Jean-Claude. So Jeanette, you can go ahead.
Yes, teacher. I think that women have had progress over time. Maybe not everywhere, but I think that now we have many possibilities and we are more valued, and the cases of discrimination that occur are fewer in comparison to previous years. Rather, as Natalia said, no, sorry. Now there are more cases of harassment.
Okay, you think more cases.
Yes, more cases.
Mhm. Okay, harassment. All right, Jeanette, thank you. Yes, so I would say maybe in Brian's opinion, it's more particular, right? But there has been studies or statistics that show that in some fields or jobs, women tend to earn a little bit less than men. Okay, so of course we have particular cases, but in the broad spectrum, this still happens. Of course, before it was much more prominent, but now the gap is a bit more close. It's not that big of a gap, but we are closing that gap. All right, Jean-Claude, and then Julian.
Okay, teacher. I have a question to Sylvia.
Okay.
Sylvia, what do you think will be the solution to confront the general inequality at the work? The,
Solution? I wouldn't say solution because sort out something that is universal is difficult. But about strategies or something like that, I would say first, all related with sensibilization. And as I said in the final, it is something that we need to start from home because this is the first institutions where we grow up, where we learn dance and like we start to develop this personality that we have in also schools. So I think we need to start from this about all the ways of thinking. And it is because if we talk about the economic aspect, I will say that bills in the government, obviously, that start to open more like employment opportunities to women, not only being like in the office, but also consider women as equal as men, because it is demonstrated that most of women works in the office. It is something that is like related with to women. Uh, and if we talk about the economic, I would say that bills and the government and sensibilization and also study opportunities. But I think study opportunity now it is something that is it has changed because women have started to study much more than before, and it is something really, really good. But when we start to our work life, I will say work life,
Yeah.
it is common. There are some situations when we see that we are not considered the same as a man. And I'm talking about my experience, and it's something that we need to start with the institutions in the opportunities. And I will say that.
All right, good. Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, and to finish, Julian, I think you have your opinion.
Yes, I want to add another thing quickly. I think that nowadays we always try to avoid our genetics and talking about that. And I think, well, not just I think that it is a fact that as a man, sorry, we are comfort um, uh, caring our woman or our wife, and for example, for me, and I will say for the majority of mans, doesn't matter if we take all the the I don't know how to say money things and the
Material things, you mean,
material.
or
Yes,
economic?
yes, or wave economic wave on the house. And for me, it doesn't matter if I work all day and my girlfriend or my wife keeping home just doing
Okay.
home things.
Mhm.
I think that women um also as well be comfort with that because it's a something a genetic something. For example, in before in the I don't know Stone Age, and man had to go out
Go out.
to
Okay, I get
yes,
it.
and so for that reason, I think that I agree with Sylvia, but I think that won't never be the same salaries for that reason. I think that won't never be one to one. I don't know if men's gain $1 per $1 for to a woman. I think that is almost impossible for only for that reason because I am comfort and carrying economic in an economic way to my wife. Beside this, I think that is that a woman maintain or caring in an economic way to a man, it
All
is
right.
almost impossible.
It's very controversial, this topic. I would like to say many things, but we have not that much time. So, Brian, do you have something quick to say, and then we will finish?
Ah, okay, teacher. In conclusion, for me, to say that difference exists, you will have to do a study in many professions, not only in particular situations, because there are even jobs where women are preferred for the physical
Yes.
appearance
Yeah.
as the image of a company, for example. And if you look between a waiter and a waitress, for example,
Okay.
the woman will have larger tips at the end of the month because there are more men willing to keep this money. And
Okay.
it depends the context. It's not a
Yeah.
general rule.
All right. Okay. Very good. Okay, guys, thank you for your participation. Everyone, I know we could extend a lot more on this topic, but I really appreciate your guys' opinion and participation in the topic. All right. Thank you, Sylvia, and everyone else for your input. Now we will continue with the next student. So just give me a moment so we have enough time for everyone today. Let's spin the wheel. All right, Natalia, it's your turn. Okay, Natalia, I can see it.
Okay, okay. Can you listen, teacher?
Yes, but I think you need to speak up because it's like,
Okay.
oh, okay, good.
have a problem. Teacher, you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Eh,
We see it. Veo un mensaje que dice lista del presentador. Dale entendido, no sé.
si la paso así, ¿se puede ver completa? ¿No?
No, veo vista del presentador si quieres. Dale, sí. Es
Ok,
que
pero
creo
aquí
que
estoy
no.
viendo.
No, no,
No,
tienes
no,
que
ya.
volver. Ok. Eso, pantalla completa, dale eso.
Okay.
Ujú.
Okay, guys. I have a question. Have you seen this video called Safe Route? Today I'm talking about the scientific experimentation. And
Ready?
extremely cruelty.
Rolling.
Oh,
Okay, well,
oh. Oh, sorry. Scientific experimentation on animals. And extreme currently. I choose this issue because I think that the mistreatment that animals receive in scientific experimentation centers is too cruel and unnecessary. Animals under experimentation suffer extremely, and there are many people, including me, who believe that animals should not be allowed to suffer. On the other hand, there are people who believe that it is a necessary evil to improve the quality of human life. When it happened, experimentation with animals dates back to the writings of the Greeks in the 4th and 3rd centuries BC. Modern animal experimentation began in the 16th century with Andreas Bacterius and his Italian colleagues and continues today. No human animals are used in laboratories for various purposes. Examples of animal experimentation include product testing, the use of animals as research models, and as education tools. Within each of these categories, there may also be many different purposes for which they are used. And the number of animals used in animal experimentation is estimated that more than 100 million animals are used each year, which is a significant number. In almost all processes, the animals suffer significantly, and most of them end in death or the animal. Despite this, opinions vary. On the one hand, we have the opinion of scientists and people in favor of animal testing who believe that animal testing is essential for the human race. And thanks to it, many cures for diseases have been found. Also, today there are strict regulations and every procedure performed on animals must go through 3 committees to be approved. Like in this picture, you see scientific discoveries obtained thanks to animal experimentation. On the other hand, people against animal experimentation debate that alternatives to animal testing are effective and safe, cheaper, and take less time. Instead of applying chemicals to animals' eyes for toxicity tests, researchers can now grow cells on a membrane and electrically monitor change in cells that have been exposed to the chemical. For example, in this picture, Corositex is another in vitro test used as a substitute for rabbit skin test. And TOCAT is a software to predict oral toxicity, skin toxicity, and eye irritation. And is used by the Food and Drug Administration, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the U.S. Army. Well, in conclusion, painless scientific tests are a reality, and humanity must continue to promote them so that science can continue advancing without animal cruelty. One day, it will be possible to say that all the scientific discoveries and products we use are free of animal testing. I believe we are stewards of the planet, and it is our responsibility to take care of, protect, and consciously use all the world resources. And people, thank you very much.
All right, Natalia. Excellent. Very good. Good presentation. I see Jose, you have your hand up. You can go ahead and participate.
Okay, teacher. Well, I am a person who believes quite a bit in science, but history has shown us that many times science has forgotten about life. And speaking specifically about animals, it is important to remember that science has sometimes been insensitive to the needs and rights of the living beings that share our planet. Ethics and animal welfare are crucial aspects that we must consider in the pursuit of scientific knowledge and in the application of its discoveries to ensure a sustainable balance in our world, I think.
All right, good. Yes, so of course science must continue, but taking ethics into account, right? So the animals suffer and feel as much pain as we do. So this could be a very interesting point going forward in technological and scientific advances. Good. Thank you, Jose. And Carlos, I see you also have an opinion.
Yes,
Go
teacher,
ahead.
I have an opinion and a question because this is a very interesting topic. And I have a question, a general question only for Natalia. Why test on healthy animals and not on sick humans? This is a very interesting question because the humans or scientific prefer to test on health animals and not on sick humans because consider that if I have or they have a problem or a difficult with the text, the result is terrible. But this is my question.
All right.
I don't have an answer.
I would like to hear, I don't know, maybe also Jose can help us answer this question about ethics. So why not test on humans, sick humans, or I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a very difficult thing to imagine to do. What do you guys think about this, or why is not possible to do this throughout history? It has been possible about testing on sick or dying humans just to continue the scientific research.
Teacher, I read one article and it's supposed it to be for an ethical issue, but it really doesn't make sense. Humans have the freedom to choose, but animals don't. And
All right, I see. So maybe if the human agrees, then it would be possible to test on them because they can decide if if it was possible. This can be one option or one opinion that we have. If humans choose, then it would be possible to test on them. Anyone else has another opinion, idea that would like to share or about this topic that we are talking?
Okay, teacher, I have a comment about that.
Mhm.
As an person that I love animal, I totally disagree with testing with animal testing for cosmetic industry, cosmetic or another industry, because I think fortunately nowadays we have access to new technologies and alternative methods that can help us to avoid this practice and avoid causing suffering of to animals. You know, in my case, fortunately, every day I try to make an effort to use or check products to identify if they have been tested of animal. I think it's a challenging practice, but every day I try to do that.
All right. Yes, this is a very good practice that I think we can all adapt if we care about this topic, is to make sure that the cosmetic things that we use are not tested in animals. But I think some items like toothpaste or dental hygiene, there is no option. I think we only have, or for example, here in Colombia, these big brands are all tested in animals, I think. So there are some little things that we cannot avoid, but when possible, it's a good thing that we can implement, is to avoid products that are tested on animals. All right, guys, excellent, and thank you for your presentation, Natalia. It was quite interesting. Um, and now we can continue with the next person, the next student. Let's take a look who is next. Okay, let's see. Okay, yes, it.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Okay,
You can share your screen and turn on your camera.
yes. Okay, my camera. Can you see my screen, teacher?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, hello, everybody. Eh, I have a little question that may interesting to you. Uh, do you agree with the legalization of marijuana? Yes or no? This presentation is similar to presentation of Andres. Okay. Okay. For this question, here are same interesting data about the legalization of cannabis or CBD or marijuana. It's the same name. For example, there are already many countries has green future like Estados Unidos, Canada, sorry, United States or teacher, Canada, Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, eh, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil. Colombia, in the moment, is illegal. They use recreational use, but the government is planning approve their use. And other the interesting is that in the world, around 2,275 million people use cannabis in all world, and in average 25% of the youngs report using marijuana in 2022. And another figures in Colombia, for example, the majority consumer in Colombia are students, followed by sorry, the first place are student, followed by a student and worker, and these are followed by worker and entrepreneur. And classified by age, the majority consumer are young between 18 years old and 25 years, followed by person between 15 years old to 72 years. In Colombia, the consumer is average 3,071 people reporting use during 2022, and this person 40 in average 40% the people consuming cannabis are in a situation of abuse or are dependents. Okay, but not everything is bad. For example, cannabis or marijuana is a medicine for the brain. Is essential for use uh, complex diseases such as cancer, Alzheimer, Parkinson. Uh, Other thing is that uh, is more economic that use smoke cigarette. If you smoke cigarette, an argument, against legalization, like say Andres in the presentation, recent research estimate that approximately there are of them per peoples or person that use marijuana uh, use is have disorder. Another argument in against legalization is legalization implies legalization fortunes of their person is has activity uh, commercialized with marijuana. Other thing increasing consumption affect the behavior of the individual and vulnerable to other types of the addiction, and other the most disadvantaged and the most vulnerable social group will be the ones that will end up be dependent, and these who have fewer resources to over these dependence. Arguments for I think the more important argument I believe is that the greater control by the government. Major control of the government is more benefits economic benefits economics for the government, and if Colombian legalize the marijuana, I think the young consumer will no longer have to high and will benefit from therapy and prevention offers. The cost of the health system due to the side associated with cigarette consumption decrease, and cannabis is cheap and legal. People will prefer to smoke marijuana and being natural. It affects less than cigarette, but no doesn't affect. And the countries that are the most from medicals, cannabis, for example, the United States, the increase her benefits, average $10,000 million, and there are more arguments are for than against. Cannabis help to improve sexual health. Is necessary for the glaucoma, rheumatoid arthritis, HIV, Alzheimer, chronic pain, and the difficult to control Crohn's diseases, epilepsy, multiple sclerosis, insomnia, and Parkinson. And the cannabis can block the entry of the SARS-CoV virus in the cell, thus protect against the spread of COVID-19. And cannabis decrease if fear and shade will make sexual intercourse easier and help with emotional disorders like anxiety, depression, and personality disorder, and so also contribute to bronchopulmonary disease. And it's a little video, but is allowed.
Yeah, it's a bit long. We only have 2 more minutes, so I think we cannot watch the video.
Okay, sorry, teacher. Okay, for me, why is necessary the legalization? I think the legalization de marihuana, the prohibition generates drugs traffic, and as an economics is agree with legalization because it lower the crime rate, and legalization is lower price and makes it not attractive business for criminals. Another thing, being legal will allow people with chronic illness to access it and thus not be penalized. And I believe that prohibiting some from consuming marijuana is attack on individual freedom. uh, and in Colombian state should only regulate. Uh, in conclusion, general, I think there are more beneficial that disadvantage if Colombia legalized marijuana. In conclusion, as soon as cannabis is legalized, smuggling will end, its price will drop, and crime related to consumer and traffic of marijuana will end, and the resources that were used to prosecute marijuana use can now be used in the rating and desintoxication. Thank you for your attention, guys. That is all, teacher.
All right, thank you, Jacid. Very interesting. Okay, now I want to hear maybe Elkin, who hasn't spoken, maybe Lisette Liscano, Maveli, okay? So,
Okay.
mhm.
Can you hear me, teacher?
Yes. Oh, you are sick. You're a bit
Yes.
sick. All right, go
Excuse me.
ahead, Elkin.
Okay. I think the more something is prohibited, the more is desired or wanted. Um, I agree with the legalization of marijuana. Since it's a recreation drug that doesn't have as many negative effects as cocaine, which is also considered recreational, but we or synthetic drugs like fentanyl, that is a problem in the United States right now. The legalization can bring a grain injections of money to the Colombian economy because it's not a secret, but much it comes from drugs and oil. That is the base, the economy basis, Colombian economy basis. We need to talk about how we need to implement that, because the implementation and would have to focus initially on taking away the illegal business mainly. So okay, it would have to evaluate a price
Mhm.
not so low with taxes, because that could be a problem. It can happen in the what happens with smuggling
Mhm.
in the last 19th with Pablo
Yeah.
Escobar. Then
Definitely.
having legal control of the business with a low price, I think, the government can apply progressive taxes. And with this money, we can focus. That is according to the pros and against arguments with legalization.
All right.
And the government can use that money to focus it on health. And mainly in one of the arguments against legalization say that vulnerable social groups would be ones that would end up being dependent. We can use that money for treat addicts first and for education.
All right. Good.
That is a okay, teacher.
Thank you. Excellent, Elkin. All right. Guys, before we continue, we are going to stop here with the opinions for this presentation. Thank you. Let me ask you, do you, Jean-Claude or Brian, either one of you have problems presenting your slides tomorrow? Could it be possible for you? Because we only have one more space today. So we have 10 more minutes.
No, teacher.
For you, it's okay?
Problem.
All right. What about
Actually,
Brian?
I would prefer to present now.
Okay, so thank you, Jean-Claude.
It
You will
will be
start
quickly.
tomorrow. Yeah, you will start tomorrow, Jean-Claude. And then we will finish today with Brian. Okay? Thank you very much. All right, so let's start. Brian, you can project your slides and also turn on your camera for your presentation.
You could see my screen?
Not yet. It says that you started sharing, but it hasn't shared yet. No, we cannot see it.
No.
Maybe stop and try again.
Yes. There's some crashes. Crash out. Ahora sí? And now?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm going to talk about legal using of firearms in Colombia. Well, Colombia is a country with a lot of problems. One of these problems is violence and the steal in every day. And people ask, what about if using of firearms should be legal? Well, in order to talk for my presentation, I'm going to start with two generalities. First, the monopoly of firearms belong to the state. As say National Constitution on Article 223. So the possession of carrying of them is not a right, it's an exception. Those who wish to carry a firearm must undergo an evaluation and analysis process that eventually may grant them a carrying permit, as these permits are currently suspended. Only those who obtain a special permit will be able to carry a firearm. There are two types of permits. And the state permit, which is issued based on Law Decree 2535 of 1993 to those who meet all the requirements outlined there carry a firearm. And a special carry permit, which is only issued to those who have the previous permit and meet additional requirements beyond those previously mentioned. We'll go into the bottom of this presentation, and I have a comment about this situation. To obtain a legal firearms carry permit, you need to meet specific requirements, such as to be a Colombian citizen or legal residency to stay in a legal age. Also, you you must have a valid reason to apply, like defense, or if you are a person in risks to be attacked. Also, you should to get a firearm training certification and a psychological evaluation. Finally, you could present documentation and pay the bill to get the firearm. The firearms are recorded in the arsenal of the military forces. This is the preliminary, and now there are different positions about if it should be legal or not. The people with negative decision says that Colombia don't need more violence, that which no, don't need more violence because Colombian is so violent now, and innocent people could be involved in lots of bullets and attacks, and there were the reasons that people talked about this statement, and the government in this moment has a law to deny the access to firearms. How about the people with positive affirmation about this statement? Well, there are some items like self-defense, because legal firearm ownership provides individuals with the means to protect themselves, their families, and their property from criminals, particularly in areas with high crime rates. Deterrence, because some believe that the knowledge that potential victims may be armed can act as deterrent to criminals, reducing the overall incidence of crime. Economic benefits. The firearms industry can generate economic benefits, including job creation, tax revenue, which can contribute to local economies. And finally, collecting and cultural heritage, because firearms hold historical and cultural significance for some Colombians. And legal ownership can allow enthusiasts to collect and preserve these artifacts. I think if you are if you have a pro, you got a challenge to find reasons to stay in this position, and I think it was an exercise for me to achieve these reasons.
All right.
But
sorry,
in
so
my opinion,
your opinion? Okay, go ahead.
it shall not be legal. It's my conclusion.
All right. So for your presentation, I can imagine that you are in favor of the legal use or having firearms. Yes. Well,
Yes.
before we hear some opinions, I will say about your presentation. It's good, but you are missing the points against. You mentioned them, but they are not in the presentation, right? So it was
All
important
right.
to include both sides, and then you have your conclusion at the end. Okay, so that's the missing part, the part against. All right. I see, Lisette, you have your opinion, so please go ahead.
Okay, teacher. We know that one of the biggest problems that the United States has is the legalization of the firearms arms for self-defense. Yes. The question is, if if a country like the United States cannot control the use of firearms, how we can control it? Yes. From my point of view, legalizing firearms will probably increase violence in Colombia, in schools, in university, and other places that are considered now safe.
All right, Lisette. Yes, very good. Well, I agree with you. What about any other student? Another one more that would like to participate here, and then we finish. Madeline, yes, go ahead.
Sure. For me, I think this topic is so controversial. Because I think it could increase violence and crimes rates. Because the decision make it easier for criminals to get and use them for illegal activities. Additionally, without a stronger regulation and an effective enforcement, legal firearms may be end up in the wrong hands. This situation, it could be to keep violence rather than probing
violence, yes.
Violence, yes. Rather than
avoid it.
Yes, yes, teacher.
All right, thank you.
Keep the protection of city.
Of the citizens, yes, of the people. All right, I see Elkin, you want to participate, but it has to be very short, 1 minute.
Okay, teacher, very short. I will only give a small personal opinion about this issue. I don't agree with this. Massacres are just around the corner. If this becomes legal, no one will be safe in our school or university. We can see the problems that the United States have with these firearms and in wrong hands. It seemed to me that the state should maintain control and the use of firearms. And for me, we can search or we can look for another forms to control the crime because which one of the reasons with the legalization of weapons or firearms is being considered. We need to penalize and more the illegal use of weapons or firearms. Excuse me, I use weapons. In my head is weapons. But and we need to a more efficient judicial system. Yes,
the judicial system, yes.
Yes, it's also need to try to control the problem of crime.
All right, very good. Thank you guys for your opinion. So that was the idea. So to bring controversial topics so we can have both sides, we can say both sides of the coin, right? Some who are in favor of some things and others who are against it. Excellent, guys. Thank you everyone for your participation. The presentations today were excellent. tomorrow, please, I will ask you punctuality. Thank you, Brian. We will start at 6 o'clock because we still have 9 students to present their topic and their slides. So please be on time. We will start 6:05. Especially Jean-Claude, I will recommend if you are the first to arrive on time, and will everyone the same, so we can have enough time to participate in all in the rest of the presentations. Okay. Thank you, guys. So that is all. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.